Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm sharing part 2 of my February Disney trip Q&A. If you want to catch part 1, I will have that one linked down below in the description box for you to check out. Before we jump into the questions, if you are not already subscribed to my channel and you've been enjoying my videos, I would love for you to stick around and join our little internet fam here. So make sure to hit that subscribe button, but let's go ahead and jump into all of the questions because we've got a lot to cover. Okay, this first question, what were Ellie's favorite rides, things to do, planning a trip with our little lady similar age? So Ellie, my toddler, just turned 3 years old, and it's been interesting to see her interest shift over this past year. So some of her favorite things right now, at least, that could change on our next trip. She loves most of the rides at Magic Kingdom, so Little Mermaid, Dumbo, Aladdin's Magic Carpet Ride, Winnie the Pooh. So any of those things she really loves. She loves playgrounds. So the Dumbo playground, she really enjoys the playground at Epcot and the Boneyard playground. She's also become more interested in the shows. So like the Frozen sing-along show, she was really engaged in that show this time, which was brand new for us. On past trips, it's been this up and down off the chair, not super engaged or interested. So it was really fun that she was into it on this trip. And then a few of the things that she is not into right now, she's not really into characters, or at least not yet. She'll do character meet and greets and it's gotten a lot better, but I wouldn't say those are her favorite things to do. She really enjoys meeting like Mickey, Minnie, Pluto, like those kind of character meet and greets, but princesses, like any face character, are a little more intimidating for her, which I totally understand and it makes perfect sense, but she's just not there yet. So those are a few things that, you know, she's not super into, and then some of the things that she really does enjoy. How often do you or your toddler get sick after Disney trips? Up until these past couple of trips for us, never. Like we never got sick. And then on our December trip, Ellie and I both came home with a fever and we were so sick for several days after the trip. And then after this past trip in February, Ellie came home with a little bit of a runny nose and a cough. It wasn't super bad. Thankfully, I wasn't sick. I think I'm learning that the more tired Ellie is, the more likely she is to get sick. So if we keep our trips shorter and we, keep our park days a little more low key, then she's more likely to come home feeling great and no one gets sick. But then it's on those longer trips where we've done park days back to back to back that she does get sick. So I don't know if just being really tired lowers her immune system. I mean, I'm sure that plays a role, but all of our trips up until December, we never got sick. So I don't know, but it does happen. And with babies and toddlers, it's just kind of inevitable. You get sick at home and you get sick at Disney. It's just, I don't know. It's just how it works. Compare Caribbean Beach to Old Key West. So I did share a full resort pros and cons review video. If you want to check that out, I'll have that one linked down below as well. I answer a bunch of questions about Caribbean Beach, but I didn't compare that resort to Old Key West. And if you've been following my channel for a little while, you know that we love Old Key West. I am a huge fan of that resort. It's one of my favorites. And I would say Caribbean Beach has a very similar feel, that beachy, tropical vibe that Old Key West also has. But there's still a little bit of a difference. I feel like at Caribbean Beach, you still have a little bit of that hustle and bustle between the Skyliner and the pool and main Centertown Market area is just a little bit busier. There's just more people and it's a bigger resort, so there's just more going on. Whereas at Old Key West, it does feel a little more secluded than Caribbean Beach, and it doesn't have that same hustle and bustle kind of feel because you don't have the Skyliner, and it does feel a little bit smaller. Now the resort itself is huge, but the main pool area where the quick service is and Olivia's Cafe, that area feels a little smaller and just a little less busy. So personally, I still would pick Old Key West over Caribbean Beach. I just love the feel of Old Key West and it has more of a homey feel to it. I just love Old Key West a lot. Tips for waiting in line for 18-month-old and overview of best play areas in the parks. So I'll start with the best play areas. There's really 3 main playgrounds that you need to know about. At Magic Kingdom, you have the playground inside of the Dumbo queue. At Epcot, you have just the outdoor playground. I wish it was covered, but it's just an outdoor playground near Test Track and that area. And then at Animal Kingdom, you have the Boneyard Playground, which is in, what is it called? Dino Land. So those are the 3 main kids play areas that you need to know about. Unfortunately, Hollywood doesn't have a playground, which is a huge bummer. I wish they had a playground. There's really no great spot at Hollywood Studios to let your little one run and play and get wiggles out. I mean, you do have the Disney Junior Dance Party, but I mean, apart from that, there's no playground or play area. And then tips for waiting in line with an 18-month-old, make sure you have lots of snacks. And what I like to do is I go to the dollar store before our trip and I'll get a handful of just trinkety things that I can pull out while we're waiting in those longer lines. So I'll have a small thing of Play-Doh, I'll have a little pack of stickers or a little Hot Wheels car, and that way they have little random things that you can pull out and they can play with, and usually they're things that they've never seen before, so that adds a new layer of excitement to it. But they're small enough where I can keep it in my little fanny pack, my little mom bag, and that goes with me wherever we go. So I never leave that back on the stroller. That's with me at all times. So that way I always have access to those little trinkety activities that we can pull out while we're waiting in line or waiting for a show to start or fireworks or whatever. Would you ever go solo again? So I don't know if you're meaning solo with my daughter, like a solo mom trip again, or solo like by myself solo. Because a year ago I did do a solo trip. Ellie stayed at home and I did a weekend at Disney by myself, like completely by myself. And after I've done trips with just Ellie, like solo mom trips with her, I don't know if I would ever have a reason to want to do a solo trip without my toddler again. I don't know. I just really love my solo trips with my daughter. It's so fun and I'm not completely by myself, you know? I don't know. I really enjoy my solo mom trips, but I don't know if I would do another solo trip completely solo, like toddler free solo, but yeah. Do you feel like going to your resort for naps is wasting precious park time? And absolutely not. I know that our resort nap time is so crucial to the rest of our day that if I try to force Ellie to stay out all day with no nap, and she's not a stroller napper, I will add, if you have a stroller napper, you are blessed. But we do not have a stroller napper. So we do go back to our resort for nap time. And again, it's a crucial part to our day. And I know that we're gonna enjoy our park time so much more because we've gone back for a nap time. So yes, we're sacrificing, 3 to 4 hours of park time during the day, but I never view that as wasted time because then we're able to come back around dinner time and, stay out past fireworks and we have a great time and I have a happy and well-rested toddler. So for that reason, I never view it as a waste of time. It is like gold. Planning first trip with 2-year-old, how many park days should we plan for a 6-day trip with 2 travel days? So if you have 4 full days, I would do one of 2 things. The first strategy would be get a 4-day ticket, but then plan for one of those 4 days to be a half park day and then come back for nap time and do pool time the rest of the afternoon and just relax and chill. I would probably schedule that day after your second full park day, so it's kind of in the middle of your trip, and just know when you're buying the 4-day ticket that one of those 4 days would be a half park day, or I would do a 3-day ticket and just eliminate that 4th day altogether. I just know for us, my toddler needs that break in between. She needs that pool time, that resort time, just to unwind and relax. And I just think it's so crucial for toddlers to have that time. And again, that's just what I would do personally instead of trying to jam pack in as much as possible. I think your toddler is going to be completely worn out by that 5th or 6th day. So that's what I would do. Either do, a 4-day ticket and let one of the 4 days be a half day, or just eliminate that 4th park day altogether and pick your top 3 favorite parks and do a resort pool day in between. Different ways to celebrate a toddler's birthday while at Disney World. Oh my goodness, there are so many things that you could do to celebrate a toddler's birthday. I mean, of course, there are so many fun character meals that you could do that are special. One experience that I'm waiting on until Ellie is just a little bit older is Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique. I know that's something that she will really enjoy, maybe in a year, maybe 2. I don't know. I'm waiting for either 4 or 5. I think that'll be the sweet spot for her at Bibbidi Bobbidi, but that's definitely a celebratory experience that would be a little more of a splurge. Another thing you could do is stay at Art of Animation. That is an over-the-top toddler-friendly resort, and that would absolutely feel like this trip is all about you, and you know, we're gonna go all out and we're gonna stay in the Finding Nemo suite or the Lion King suite or whatever. I mean, that would be such a fun way to celebrate a toddler's birthday, but those are just the first few things that I can think of off the top of my head, but there are so many ways to celebrate a toddler at Disney. What do you find the hardest about traveling to Disney World with a toddler? Oh, okay. Honestly, it's not so much the traveling with a toddler piece that's hard. It's that the trip looks very different as compared to if it was just me and my husband. I mean, obviously, but that's probably the hardest part, is that, you know, we're not getting to do the trip that maybe we would do without her there. Me and my husband love trying out new restaurants and taking our time and trying all the different lounges at Disney World and really just going at a slow pace. Like, that's just how we do Disney. And with a toddler, you have to make stops at the baby care center for diaper changes, and snacks and meals now revolve around them. And there's no more lingering at restaurants for long periods of time. And, you know, maybe California Grill isn't going to be our go-to spot anymore. Not that we wouldn't do that with a toddler, but it's just not going to be like the #1 spot I would pick with a toddler. You know what I mean? So that would probably be the hardest thing, is that the trips just look a little bit different. And, you know, we would totally stay out all day, but our toddler needs to nap. And so we do go back for nap time because we know that's what's going to be best for her, and that's what's going to set her up well for the rest of the day. So it's really just sacrificing, you know, the trips that we used to enjoy kid-free, and that our trips look a little bit different now. Of course, we love it, and it's so sweet and so fun. And I love doing Disney with my toddler, but that's probably the hardest part. I know that's probably not the answer that anyone would have assumed for a question like that, but that's what it is for me. Do you rent DVC points when you go on trips? If so, what is a reputable site to use? So yes, we love renting DVC points. I actually have an entire playlist of videos all about renting DVC points. We have been renting points for years. We actually rented points at the Grand Floridian on our last trip in December. So if we can find a really good deal, then I will always opt to rent points to stay at a deluxe resort as compared to paying cash or even staying at a moderate resort. I just think there are way better deals when you rent DVC points. There are a bunch of different companies that you can rent points through, and I've mentioned a couple of different ones in past videos, but one company that I'm really excited about is the DVC rental store, and I do plan on sharing a lot about them. So stay tuned. That is a video idea that I want to share with you guys here soon. But DVC rental store is my #1 pick. I'll have them linked down below. Absolutely amazing. The savings when you rent DVC points is pretty unreal. So if you would like to hear more about renting DVC points, let me know down below in the comments, and I can kind of expedite that video if you'd be interested. So let me know. Is Epcot worth going to with littles? Absolutely. I think Epcot is underrated with little ones. There's actually a lot to do, I think, with little kids. So you have the Frozen ride, you have Ratatouille, you have Seas with Nemo and Friends, Turtle Talk with Crush, you can explore the aquarium, you have Figment, and then of course the playground. They have an awesome baby care center. I mean, seriously, there is so much to do with little ones at Epcot, and I absolutely think it's worth a full day with babies, toddlers, just go to Epcot. There's so much to do. Are you planning on going on a Disney cruise? Right now, no, we don't have any plans for a Disney cruise. I'm trying to decide if I'm even a cruise person. I don't know. We love Disney World, obviously. We've done Disneyland. We love all-inclusive resorts. That's one thing that me and my husband have also really enjoyed. We love going to Mexico. That's just kind of been our thing. But I don't know if we're cruise people. I don't know. I'm torn about it. Let me know your thoughts on a cruise down below in the comments. Have you done a cruise? Are you a cruise person? If so, why or why not? I don't know, maybe convince me. Will you consider staying at another Skyliner resort in the future? And if so, which one would you stay at? So probably not Pop Century. We've done Pop one time and we decided we won't be going there again. I have thought about Art of Animation though. So that would be one that I would really consider a trip there, especially one of their family suites. I think that would be really, really fun. And then of course the Riviera. I mean, does it get better than the Riviera? That resort is amazing. We've stayed there one night. So just enough time to completely fall in love with the resort, but not enough time to feel like you got the full experience. So I would love to go back and stay at Riviera. That would be my #1 pick, hands down. Do you wish you had a snack bar on your stroller? So I do have the Contours Bitsy Elite stroller, and if you've seen any of my stroller setup videos, then you know that that stroller is very compact, so it does not have that little tray that goes across your toddler's lap. But there honestly has never been a time where I've thought, oh man, I wish I had a tray to lay out a bunch of stuff for her, or snacks or whatever. Like, I don't know, all the snacks that we do in the parks are either bars that she's holding or a pouch, or it's not really something where we've needed to utilize like a tray or a plate for her in the stroller. So I don't know, I really honestly love not having the snack bar because she's able to crawl up and down off the stroller and there's nothing in her way. It's just really easy getting her in and out. So I really like it, and it really has never been an issue not having one. Would you ever consider working out at Disney? If so, can you do a gym review? Okay, this is funny because I always have the intention of working out while I'm at Disney. I love working out. I'm really passionate about my fitness routine and my fitness goals, and it's something I do every day here at home. And so going to Disney, it's always really hard for me to press pause on that. Like, I wake up every day craving wanting to lift weights. I have every intention of doing so. But when you are trying to get your toddler out the door and it's 7:30 in the morning and you're hoping to make it for early entry, I mean, that would mean I would need to be up at the gym by 5:30 to be able to get myself back to the room and ready and get my toddler ready. And so it just hasn't ever been realistic, but maybe one day it'll make sense for me to do, you know, a gym visit while at Disney, but right now it's just hasn't been realistic. Do you wish you would have done anything differently? And I can't really think of anything. No, I mean, this trip went so well, and I think Ashley and I both did a really great job of tag teaming it together with 3 toddlers and helping each other out when we needed it. But the days just went so seamlessly, and yeah, I can't really think of anything that I would do differently. Going with 2 toddlers, would you suggest skipping out on Animal Kingdom 3 days of parks? Ugh, it's so tough. My heart is always so torn with Animal Kingdom. I love that park so much, but then every time we're there, especially with Ellie, we always find ourselves just either at the Boneyard Playground or just sitting at the Nomad Lounge. I don't know, I love that park so much, but there's just not a ton of rides to do with toddlers there. I know you have the shows. You have Festival of the Lion King and the Finding Nemo show. Again, I love Animal Kingdom so much. It's one of my favorite parks to just wander around, and you have all of the walking trails with the animals and the safari. But I think my honest answer would be probably skip Animal Kingdom. Just knowing that you're gonna be there with 2 toddlers, I think you'll enjoy yourself more at the other 3 parks. All right, I think I'm gonna end it there. Thank you guys so much for all of your awesome questions that you submitted over on Instagram. If you are not following me over there, head on over and check it out. I share all kinds of fun Disney reels with more tips and packing inspo and, you know, lots of fun stuff. So head over to Instagram and follow me over there. But thank you guys again for watching. Make sure that you are subscribed if you are not already. And if you enjoyed this Q&A, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.